Welcome. This week I'm in Florida. I'm in Port St. Lucie and visiting my niece Krysta. And Krysta is a keen gardener. Say hello, Krysta.
Hi everyone.
And the first plant I'd like to show you is this citrus, and it is a orange that's Krysta started from seed. It isn't doing all that well, and Krysta tells me that she's going to pull it out and put in a better established plant. Continuing on this journey in Krysta's garden, look what I've discovered. This fantastic avocado tree, no more than 4.5 feet in height, and it is producing fruits. It's called a day avocado, and I'd like Krysta just to explain a little bit about the history of the tree.
So these are one of the trees that I purchased when it was very small. About 2 years ago I planted it. So about maybe 2 months ago they started to bear fruit, and it's grown exponentially in the 2 years that I've had it. And right now I have 3 pear on the tree, or what you may call avocado. So this is the second one, and then there's one hidden right in here. This one's very light, so this one looks like it just came up not too long ago.
And this has gone through the recent storm that you have over here.
It's been through plenty. It's been through a couple of storms, but the most recent one, which was Milton, came with a lot of wind. So it doesn't look like the tree was impacted too much. We're used to heavy rain here, so which is very good for my plants actually. So yeah.
Well, I'm very impressed by this, Krysta. Just to see a 2-year-old avocado tree producing such large fruits gives me hope that the avocado tree that growing back in the UK, although we only have something like 6 months of growing time, could eventually give me such a bounty. Thanks very much for showing me this, Krysta. Really appreciate it. And here we've got Barbados, I think, cherry bush, and I'd like you to just give us a quick sketch of the history of this one.
Okay, so I got this one around the same time as the avocado tree. About 2 years ago, it was very tiny, so this one grows very quickly. And I've already gotten a couple of cherries off of here, at least like 20 of them. There's none now, but when it starts to produce a lot, I plan to make juice. So here is my beautiful cherry bush.
Oh, very impressive. Thanks so much for that, Krysta.
You're welcome.
And here at the back, we've got further fruit trees, and this is a mango. And Krysta is just going to give us a brief synopsis of this particular mango tree. I think it's called a Julie mango.
Yes, so this is a Julie mango tree. I received this one about 2 years ago when it's about maybe 2 feet tall. Now it's grown up to 7 feet. This is a very beautiful tree, a very tasty mango, my favorite mango, which is why I have 2. So this tree I did purchase from a lady, and like I said, it's been 2 years. Here's my second Julie tree, which is not as beautiful as this one, but I'm sure the mangoes will be just as tasty. This one was actually from a mango seed from a friend's house, but this was actually from a seed from 2 years ago. So maybe hopefully in the next 3 years I'll start to get some fruit. But this one is even taller.
It's massive, and they're just healthy looking trees. Thank you for that, Krysta. And look what I've spotted in Krysta's garden. Lemongrass, or as they call it in Jamaica, fever grass. Tell us something about the lemongrass, please, Krysta.
So I planted this maybe about 2 years ago also. I use this very regularly because I make tea a lot, and sometimes I just like to boil it in the house because it smells so good. But like Uncle said, this is fever grass. I literally planted like 1 bushel and it just grows wild. And it's beautiful, it smells good, and it just keeps on giving me more and more and more.
Oh, thank you for that, Krysta. And Krysta has this as well growing. I was so surprised. And it's sugarcane. Tell us about the sugarcane, Krysta.
So the sugarcane I received about a year ago, and I just reaped my first crop by accident when the hurricane came, because some of them fell down. It's extremely young, but this is the only piece now that looks like it can be cut, which is a good piece. So I have a couple of bushels here, and it's very, very sweet and yummy and nice and soft. But it's only been a year.
And look at it again. This thing has reached over 7 feet in height, and the younger plants are just rearing to go. And it's pushing up new shoots all over the place. Thank you for this, Krysta.
You're welcome.
Now here is another attractive plant that Krysta is growing in her garden in St. Lucie. Krysta, tell us a little bit about this.
So this is one of my all-time favorite trees and fruits. This is a June plum tree, and I received this one I planted it around 2 years ago also, but I did buy it from the lady, and it was already about 2 feet high. This one, the fruits are going to be at least the size of like an apple. These June plums are the bigger ones, not the tiny guinea size ones. These are huge. So hopefully this tree is very good to me, because it is one of my favorite fruits besides the Julie mango. So she's beautiful, and she's growing higher and higher. This is my Junie.
Yes, and June plum is also one of my favorite. And when it fruits, I'm hoping that you will save some of the fruits for me.
Yes, because this tree, with this fruit I make juice mostly with the green ones, and then when it's ripe we eat them. So
yes,
you get a good balance. You can make juice with the unripe ones, and then you can eat the ones that are more ripe and that are yellow.
And I'll tell you something else. In the Indian culture, they use the June plum a lot in making curries.
Oh, and then also if you do eat it when it's green, we sprinkle salt on it and eat it, and then when it's yellow we just eat it sweet.
Lovely. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
And look at what we've got here. An Ackee tree. I thought these only grew in Africa and in the Caribbean. So please give us a little history about this one, Krysta.
So this tree was a must to have in my yard, because this is my all-time favorite. I can eat Ackee every day. So this is a fruit that we can only eat when it's cooked. And this is a Jamaican national fruit, so you can't be Jamaican and planting trees in your yard without having an Ackee tree. So this one I actually got from a sucker, from an Ackee that just fell into the ground, and it just started sprouting out. My friend gave it to me, and we planted it right into the ground. It never was in a flower pot or anything. We just took it up, brought it, and planted it here. And it was very, very, very tiny. So maybe in the next 3 years I'll start to get some Ackee fruit, and I'll make some when Uncle Michael comes here next.
That is fantastic. Lovely looking tree, healthy, and again over 7 feet in height, and only in 2 years. It just goes to show that when you've got the ideal weather, you can make things happen. Thank you again, Krysta.
You're welcome.
And of course, there are things that we just can't grow in the UK unless we have a huge greenhouse. And Krysta has got coconut palm trees scattered all over her garden. So tell us about the journey with these coconuts, please, Krysta.
So I have 4 coconut trees along the lining of the property, so I could not have a yard without coconuts, because I love coconut water, I love jelly. And I think it's 4 different coconuts. 2 I received from a friend as a gift, right from his yard. He had a coconut that fell into the ground, and I guess, I don't know if you call it a sucker, but that's what I received as a gift. And then I got 2 from another friend. So here are 4 of them along the yard, and they're all coconuts. I couldn't tell you what kind, but they're along the property line, and hopefully in the next 4 years or so I get some coconuts.
Well, I love coconut water. So in 4 years' time, please tell me that the coconut palms have matured enough to give you coconuts, and then tell me to come over.
Yep, and get some good coconut water.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Thank you, and thanks for watching.